Hello, and welcome to Beyond Books, where we talk about books and go beyond. I'm your host. I'm Renee, co-host Raina, and we're ready to talk today about a booktube tag. This is called the Christmas Joy Booktube Tag. I was tagged by Pat at Book Chat with Pat, and also by Stuart at Stuart Griffith. This is an original tag which originated with Sandy Says Read booktube channel, and that I will put a link to below. So it says here, now these are the directions. Anyone who wishes to chime in and participate in the holiday reminiscing is welcome to do so, and the rules and prompts are listed below to make it easy for one and all. Merry Christmas and have fun. So here it says that there are a few easy rules. Let's hope they're easy. Number one is before you start the Christmas Joy Booktube tag, prepare your favorite Christmas beverage. It'll be prompt one to hear about favorite drinks around the bookish globe. It says number two, now this is the second rule. When you're ready to post your video, make sure to tag Sandy at Sandy Says Read so she doesn't miss your video. But also tag a few creators who love Christmas or whom you know could use a boost in joy this season. And then it says for number three, this is the third rule, have as much fun and joy with this as you want. So here are the joyful prompts. So the first one is show us what you made to drink. Well, it's not too complex to just pour a glass of Chardonnay, which I did. Now, I normally wouldn't drink while doing a video. However, since it's Christmas, I figured why not? You know, that is my Christmas drink. I really don't drink any other kind of alcohol, so why not? Now, my usual choice, though, for the early afternoon is a decaf coffee. And lately, what I've done is I've been drinking it with a spoonful of cocoa mix, a small amount of sugar, and cinnamon. Gives the coffee a nice kind of like little festive flavor, without taking the calories just totally off the charts. So, yeah, I've been kind of enjoying that. So now prompt number 2A is what's a Christmas book or story that you remember a parent or teacher reading to you when you were a kid, and tell us about it. Well, probably the one that I remember the most is The Night Before Christmas by Clement C. Moore. And I have a really beautiful copy here, which I'm going to be reading on my channel within the next couple of days, actually, because Christmas is coming upon us. So, yeah, I can't wait to read that for everybody. That will be enjoyable. And that's the one that, again, I remember the most. So, since childhood, what's a Christmas story or book you enjoy or find yourself returning to each year? Well, probably this one. I read this as an adult. I mean, it doesn't make any difference to me. I think it's a fantastic little poem. I've also read and reread Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol, many times. And also now I've kind of started a bit of a tradition with the Andy Carpenter series by David Rosenfeld. And this year I'm reading Deck the Hounds. I'm almost done with it. I think I only have about 30 more pages. So, yeah. So, prompt number 3 is, has your favorite author written a Christmas story? And the answer is yes. One of my favorite authors is John Grisham, and he wrote a Christmas story called Skipping Christmas. But I've never actually read that. Like I say, I've kind of been more making a tradition out of the Andy Carpenter series. But I will say one thing, even though these are technically Christmas books, and they take place, during the Christmas season, things like that, not all the ones in the series. All the ones in the series have dogs in them, but they aren't all Christmas books. But, there's such good mysteries and legal mysteries. There's usually a lot of courtroom scenes and things like that. I mean, there's really not much in the book that I would necessarily consider to be about the season. It just happens to take place over Christmas, but, really it's more of I guess you would call them like a cozy mystery. And like I say, they usually have some element of legal mystery going on with them as well. So, number 4, who is your favorite Christmas character from a book, from history, or from a movie? And tell us about that person or critter. Well, guys, I mean, there just isn't any competition for this as far as I'm concerned. I mean, it's the Grinch for sure. He's the best. I mean, when I was a kid, we had the original book by Dr. Seuss, of course. And then later, as my daughter was growing up, we had the movie with Jim Carrey as the Grinch. So I think he's just hilarious in that role. And it's such a great story. I mean, I just love the Grinch. So I have to watch that every year. Prompt number 5. Do you munch on snacks while you read? And if so, which of your fave holiday confections do you reach for this time of year? Well, I do absolutely love to snack when I'm reading, as much as Raina loves to get snacks when she's talking about books. Um, but also, I'm really trying to cut down on sugar and carbs, especially this year. It's not good for people like me who, want to keep their cancer from returning. So lately, I've tried to go more with fruit, yogurt, cheese, kind of things like that. So, yeah. Prompt number 6. What's a Christmas tradition that you will never outgrow, and where did this tradition come from? Okay, for this, I said that at Christmas, you know, traditionally, I mean, as a child, I always got gifts from my parents, who I later found out were Santa Claus. I got presents from neighbors, I got presents from relatives, all that kind of thing. Um, it was never necessarily a lot of things, but it was consistent all the time. I mean, I knew that I would never go without getting a toy, a gift, something to unwrap at Christmas time. I knew that I would be considered and that I would be thought of. Um, and so now I just can't bear the thought that some children, don't get anything at Christmas time. So every year, no matter what else is happening, I will usually purchase a toy or two from a store, and then donate it to Toys for Tots or an organization that would be similar to that. I get a kick out of buying a toy, and I sincerely hope that the child who gets my toy that I picked out will like that toy and will grow up really knowing that someone remembered them and cared enough to want them to feel a little bit of happiness at the season. So I started this tradition many, many years ago. We used to do it at work. We used to do it at hospitals that I worked at. We did it for the kids who had to be hospitalized at Christmas. We took up collections for their families who sometimes came from out of town, things like that. Um, and I don't think I'll ever stop doing it. So, prompt number 7 is a bonus prompt. Recommend one or two Christmas titles that spark joy or that you would recommend to your audience. And let's get a list going from this tag. Okay, well, other than what I mentioned, which is the Andy Carpenter series, last year I read Dachshund Through the Snow. This year it's Deck the Hounds. And The Night Before Christmas, which again, coming soon. And The Grinch. I also love the Charlie Brown Christmas Story. It's an incredible cartoon when you think about it, all the way from the biblical Christmas story to music. I mean, it's jazz music. It's excellent, really fun music. The whole cartoon is really traditional, yet so different in so many ways. It's just a total winner. I mean, even today, as soon as you say, wow, that's a Charlie Brown Christmas tree, I mean, everybody knows exactly what you're talking about. So, yeah, I would say that one. So, prompt number 7A, which is another added one, is what are some Christmas memories that evoke feelings of nostalgia? Perhaps they make you feel a little sad, but also give you a warm feeling when you think about them. Well, I think that's what nostalgia is. It's really memories that are basically happy memories of good times, but they make you feel a little sad that those times are over. So, really, for me, there are just too many to count. Everything from playing in the snow to the joy of Christmas morning, to Black Friday shopping, which I do almost every year, but you didn't expect that, to now doing Christmas tags on YouTube. I found out that you can live into your upper 60s and still love Christmas simply for the fun and the joy that it brings, whether that comes from something traditional or something brand new for you, or something spiritual, or even something commercial like Black Friday. It's all good. Whatever brings you joy, you do. So, the very last prompt is number 8. It says to tag others to join in the spirit of the season. And I will tag some of you in the comments. No pressure, because there's only 8 days left now until Christmas. So one more Tag Tuesday, and that will be Christmas Eve. And speaking of Christmas traditions, now on Christmas Eve, I love to hear the hymn "O Holy Night," and I'll usually play that often throughout the day of Christmas Eve. And I always go outside in the evening. I don't care how cold it is. I go outside and I just feel the peace of the season. It's usually very quiet, and I enjoy it. So that's the Christmas Joy Booktube Tag. I want to say thank you again to all of you who have done our Christmas music tag. If you haven't heard about it, I will put a link to my original video of that tag in the description below. Please feel free to go ahead and do it. So I want to thank you very much for watching. Merry Christmas.